From the TBD studios, let's talk live with your hosts, Natasha Barrett and Melanie Hastings.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to Let's Talk Live. Courtney back with us today. And Courtney, have you heard the news? Well, now that summer's here and school is out, it is harder to keep those kids engaged and learning. So what can parents do to make the summer learning fun? Well, here with a few ideas is Ann Dolan. She's a former Fairfax County school teacher and a tutor, and she's the author of the book, Homework Made Simple. Ann, it's good to see you today.
Well, thank you, Melanie.
Well, it is summertime, and you know, they do say that kids tend to lose a whole lot of what they learned over the summer. So what can we do to kind of make sure that doesn't happen?
You know, that's so true. Kids can lose up to 2.5 months of academic progress over the summer if they don't do anything in reading, writing, or math. So it's really important to strike a happy medium. You know, you don't want your kids sitting there slaving over 2 hours of workbook pages every day, but you don't want them to be playing Xbox the entire summer either. So striking a happy medium between a little bit each day to keep them engaged is really the key.
Well, I thought those, you know, summer reading lists that we all get, I thought those were supposed to help there. You know, the kids are supposed to read, what, 10 books over the summer or something like that?
Well, that might be extreme. You know, research has shown that if kids read 4 books over the summer, they're going to maintain their reading abilities. And there's a fabulous website called scholastic.com, and they have a great summer reading challenge. And when kids read, they log in their time. They can blog with other readers reading the same book. They can interact with authors in live chats, and it keeps them reading those 4 books. It logs their time and it rewards them when they've completed the reading.
Okay, and there's plenty of time to do it. You can fit it in, right?
Absolutely.
Sit under an umbrella at the beach or at the pool, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now it looks like you brought something other than books here. You brought some fun activities. It looks like games here on the table.
Well, I did bring games because, you know, you want learning to be fun over the summer, and learning doesn't have to just be workbooks. It can be a family game night, and believe it or not, research has shown that when kids play strategic games, they can improve their academic performance.
Such as?
Well, like Battleship, Scrabble. You also have Scrabble Junior for younger kids, Connect 4. Any strategic game can be done on a weekly basis. So you could instill a family game night. And that's when every child in your family will get to choose the one night of the week. Let's say you do it on Sunday night with your family. So you'd have a rotating schedule where one child would be responsible for choosing the game, making the snack, picking the background music that they might play during the game. But it's a great time for families to come together, kind of like a family dinner. And in fact, you know, it's interesting about family dinners too, because kids that eat together with their families have higher grade point averages than kids that do not.
It's something we all strive for, but you know, in today's world, it doesn't always happen, does it? With everybody coming and going at different times.
This is true.
So this looks really old school to me and fun. I would imagine that there are similar kinds of things you could get in an online version, or you know, with a game console.
Yes, absolutely. You know, some of my favorite websites for young kids are multiplication.com and FunBrain to practice math facts. For young readers, literactive.com, HeadSprout. And then for older kids, consider getting them a Kindle or a Nook. E-readers are all the rage, and kids are more likely to pick up an e-reader than a traditional hardcover book these days.
Okay, and we just heard all the Harry Potter books are coming to e-readers now,
yes,
so as of today.
Yes,
so that's good news for kids that like that series. As far as homework goes, you know, during the school year, it's like a nightly battle for so many families. The kids sitting around the kitchen table and the parents trying to help, and it's such a struggle. Why is it so hard to get through the homework?
Well, it can really create so much drama within families, that's for sure. And quite often it's because kids don't really have a schedule or routine or specific expectations. So during the school year, just like in the summer, you want to have a set of expectations beforehand. And now is a great time to establish those, at least for the summer, and say, okay, our goals for the summer are for you to read 4 books. Let's map out a little schedule, or let's have a routine. Before you play video games, you will engage in some of your summer learning. So having those expectations up front can really be key. You're not going to get as many of the fights and meltdowns when you ask your kid to do something if they know what they have to do beforehand.
So it sounds like part of this is the kid's responsibility. Part of it sounds like good parenting. And a kind of a strategic way, being a certain kind of a parent.
Right. You want to be involved, but not over-involved. You don't certainly want to micromanage your child's summer, because it is absolutely a time for free play and unstructured time.
And that's important, as studies have shown, that creative play helps kids grow.
It certainly does, absolutely. So you can certainly strike a balance, that's for sure.
As far as kids go, though, I mean, they're looking at the summer as this huge amount of time, endless days, and no big expectations. But kids have different styles. I mean, like there's the kid that comes home from school and immediately gets right to work and bangs that homework out. And then there's the other kid that has to get out and let off some steam before they can sit down again.
Right.
So that I would assume that that's kind of like you have to know your kid to know how they will work best.
Yes, that's for sure. And you may have, during the summer months, you may have a child that's going to camp till 3 o'clock. You cannot expect that child to come home and at 3:15 break out the books. It's not going to happen. Some kids, that might work, but for the majority of kids, they really do need downtime. So sometimes incorporating that learning into a bedtime routine where they read and you write together is a great idea.
Okay, so give us some quick tips as parents how we can help our kids over the summer, kind of in a nutshell form.
Sure. Well, definitely define the expectations up front. Have something little every day. 20 minutes is really all it takes. And we didn't talk about writing, and this is a great time where you can set up a dialogue journal with your child. So every day you write a note to your child in their journal or in their diary. You ask them a question and they respond to you. And it really keeps them writing. And you want to pick out, when you write to them, choose something good that they did that day. I noticed how you made friends with Jimmy. How did that feel? And it's such a great way to get to know your child, and then they'll always keep that dialogue journal.
Some great ideas there. Ann Dolan is the author of this book. It's called Homework Made Simple, and it's great to have because lots and lots of great tips for helping your kids learn, not only over the summer, but all during the school year as well. Ann, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you, Melanie.